definitely come to Alpena and hang out with us sometime.
And get down place. With Chris Crown.
Exactly. You got it.
The Get Down Band.
Chris Crown, thank you so much for joining us on Behind the Mitten. We appreciate it. All right, John, finally, it's coming up. It's time. It is Beer of the Week. So stay tuned to Behind the Mitten.
Hello, folks. This is Chris Crown from Chris Crown and the Get Down Band, hanging out in Alpena, Michigan. We got a great music scene up here, so if you're ever in the area, come on down and check us out. We'll entertain you for sure. Follow us on Facebook at Chris Crown and the Get Down Band or the Thunder Bay Folk Society. And you are listening to Behind the Mitten.
And welcome back to Behind the Mitten. John Gonzalez along with Amy Sherman, and just having a super fun time here in Alpena, Michigan, where, folks, if you've been tuning in late for this show, we've been learning a lot about the area. Amy, I think that you're ready to book your trip right now.
Well, like I said, it's my number one place I want to go to in Michigan this summer, and I am going to book my trip, and I'm also going to book my private concierge to assist me in everything I want to do. We should thank everybody who's been on the show so far, including Mary Beth Stutzman from the Alpena Area Visitors Bureau. If you want her help, go to visitalpena.com, and she will hook you up. Zach Irving, who's got some cool podcasts if you want to learn more about the music scene here in Alpena. And Chris Crown and the Get Down Band. You can hear them play in Alpena. They also have several festivals that are coming up this summer, so check them out on Facebook. All right, our next guest.
Yeah, I mean, well, we want to come here because not only for just the cool things you can do, but the trails. I heard the trails are just incredible.
It's
here.
Some kind of crazy trail system. And so our next guest, Tommy Doud from Harborside Cycle and Sport, is here to tell us more about what's happening.
Get that right.
I got it right.
Also, don't forget, though, I'm the president of Thunder Bay Trails Association.
Oh, I'm sorry. You didn't tell me that.
Well, and that's the thing. When I came back, I lived in, you were talking about Grand Rapids in the last segment, and I lived in Grand Rapids for 18 years.
Wow.
And really got hooked into the mountain biking scene up there, the cycling scene, and I moved back to, family draws you back. I grew up here and really wanted, a mountain biking lifestyle that I was accustomed to. And there's all kinds of great trails around here. And I tell you what, Alpena is the best kept secret for mountain biking in the state. There are some fabulous trails around here, but nobody knows about them. And most of them were bandit trails, unsanctioned trails. And it kind of became my mission as part of, opening the store, was to get all this stuff legitimized, sanctioned, and bring this up on par with all the other great trail systems we have around the state. So we've got Chippewa Hills, which is some, great topography, some good hills, some good old-style single track. We've got Norway Ridge Pathway with more flow trail. It's real close to towns, probably the most popular trail system in the area. And then we've got this diamond in the rough called Rockport. And it is an old limestone quarry that they quarried the limestone when they made the Mackinac Bridge.
Oh.
And once the bridge was complete, they shut the quarry down. But now you've got this moonscape that's grown over. You've got sinkholes out there. You've got, 15, 16 miles of some really cool trails. And lots more opportunity for more trails. Now that the state has taken control of the area, now it's a state park, recreation area, and they are on a 5-year plan to turn that into a 80 campsite campground with recreation areas and facilities, and make that really a destination campsite for Northeast Michigan. So I've been on board with that and trying to help them create more mountain biking up there, but also legitimizing some of the trails at Chippewa, and we've got a lot of movement with grant money coming our way. So we've got from the state of Michigan a $30,000 grant for improvements at Norway Ridge. We've got another $30,000 grant for a mountain bike consultant to come to the area and evaluate what we got here and help us create something that would be on par with what you'd find in Traverse City or Marquette or, in the Kalamazoo area with, Battle Creek, Yankee Springs and Fort Custer and that sort of thing. So that's what we're working on right now.
Well, it sounds really exciting. I think that the last one you're talking about with the sinkholes in the quarry, that sounds like an amazing place to ride.
If I tell you what, you owe yourself the service. If you're going to be in town for a couple of days, check out Rockport. There's a deep water port there with a giant pier. Obviously, jumping off that into the water right now was not probably
but
the
in
best
the summer,
idea.
when I come back.
In the summertime, on a hot summer day, it's the most refreshing thing in the world.
I'm in.
There's
I am in.
Snorkeling right there. There's kayaking right there. There's a middle island right there. It's an old lighthouse. You can check that out.
So here's a question for you. If I come up, say, in the summer or in the spring to visit, are there places I can rent a bike? Because I don't have a mountain bike. I have like a, Schwinn cruiser.
Funny you should ask. I am setting up a mountain bike rental fleet for this summer. I'm a Trek dealer, and I'm getting a fleet of Trek Roscoe 7s, which is a 27.5-inch plus bike. Really great bike for the Alpena area because it is kind of sandy, rocky, rugged, and that extra large tire is really nice. And for Rockport, that bike was made for that kind
That's
of
the bike I'm going to come get, and I can come rent it from you at your shop at Harborside.
Yeah.
Well, that makes it so much easier because I think sometimes people might feel overwhelmed, like they hear about all these great things you can do, but I don't have a mountain bike, I don't have a kayak, I don't have a paddleboard.
Right.
But if I can come and get all those things here, it makes my vacation so much easier.
Yep. There's people here that rent kayaks. There's I'll have the mountain bikes. And the other thing is, you just come to my store and you wonder, what do I do? Where do I go? I grew up here. I know every square inch of this county. I can tell you where the cool mountain biking spots are, where the kayaking areas, where the snorkeling is. I'm a scuba diver, too, so I can set you. We got friends down the street that own the local dive shop. Send you down there, and they take you out on a wonderful charter. And even if you're not an experienced scuba diver, just want to snorkel, they've got all the rental gear there, too.
Now, Tommy, when where can people get more information, by the way, if they want to come check you out?
To check me out, you can check out harborsidecycle.com, thunderbaytrails.org. All the latest and greatest on the ski grooming for cross-country skiing is on that website. All the summer activities, we have bicycle tours that come through town. I host a couple of weekly rides, weekend rides. We have a wonderful thing we call Tour de Vine, where we road bike out to the local winery vineyards, and we have a chef that meets us out there, and we have lunch, and we have wine, and then the most challenging part of the day is riding back after all that fun.
Now, Amy, when we first walked in here, of course, we're at Austin Brothers, our first time here in Alpena, loving it. We thought Tommy was part of the staff here, right?
I know,
well, he's dressing the part today. We're not going to lie, Tommy. You've got the hat on, you got the mug, number 2 mug clubber.
Number 2. I know. When they announced the mug club, I had my face pressed against the glass.
I love that.
Personally.
Well, the cool thing is that you opened your bike shop, Harborside, kind of at the same time that Austin Brothers opened as well. And so we're lucky enough to have Blake Austin with us, who is one of the owners, along with his brother Brant, who's not with us today, who opened Austin Brothers. You guys opened at the same time, and you are starting these. At one point, they were small businesses.
Well, and he used to own a bike shop in Southern California.
What?
Yeah, when my high school job was I opened a bike shop. Kind of weird.
He's a real entrepreneur.
Yeah, but we had it open for 3.5 years, 4 years, and so part of the relationship is I have a passion for bikes, and I used to be a lot skinnier when I used to ride bikes a lot. Now I'm in the beer business, so I got to get back on the bike and try to work those poundages.
Are you from Alpena?
No. So, long story. I'll make as short as possible. Born and raised Southern California, a place called Yucaipa, kind of by Big Bear, San Bernardino County. My dad was a fire captain. We were on a summer road trip during high school and went up the East Coast. Whole point was to get to Idaho. We went up to Sandusky in Ohio, went to the Cedar Point or whatever it was called, and going up to 75, and my dad said left or right, and I said let's go up to 23. And following the 23 up, actually ran out of daylight in a small RV park south of town, and camped up and came into town and fell in love with it. So I used to be a golf pro. I ran golf courses. My brother was going to nursing school, and we wanted to move to Alpena even before we knew we wanted to open a brewery. And then my brother decided he did not want to be a nurse anymore, so he said, why don't we go start a brewery in Alpena, Michigan? And
you said, I'm in.
And I said, that sounds awesome. So he went to brewmaster school, went and lived over in Germany. Then he got picked up by a very large brewery called Ballast Point out of San Diego.
That's a big one.
Yeah, it's a big one. He brewed for them for 4 years, and then I was working on the business plan. We moved into Alpena 2014. We opened November 2015. And last year, 2016, we were 43rd in the state of beer production out of, I think, 300 and something breweries now. I don't even know what it is now. Now, this year, we did almost 2,000. That puts us probably in the top 30, and the trend we're going at will be at between 4,000 and 5,000. I think we'll be hit top 15. So
that's amazing. That's incredible growth in an industry that people constantly say is
pretty cool.
Is there any room for growth? So congratulations to Austin Brothers.
It's a testament to the quality of their product.
It is. Well, let's talk about the quality because you're going to help us pick
Beer of the Week.
And so, Blake, what did you pick for Beer of the Week?
So we are known downstate, Oakland County, Grand Rapids area, for our New Englands. They're unfortunately on draft only. We're getting a canning machine, hopefully in a couple months, have them in cans. But I chose Murk Twain, which is our latest New England IPA. We have the Murky series, so every 2 months we have a new IPA coming out. This one's Murk Twain, and it's down throughout the state. As people listen to this right now, I just should send out a semi-truck of it. So
there you go. So you guys can find it. Our pick for Beer of the week. And it's kind of cloudy. It's orangey. It
looks great.
Got some big hops and everything going on. If people want to get more information about Austin Brothers Brewing, where should they go?
Go to www. I don't know if you have to say that anymore, but
you don't.
AustinBrosBeerCo.com. And we have currently what beers we have on tap. At the pub, we have a restaurant up here also, and usually those mark what's out in distribution also. So we have numerous beers. Like right now, I think we have 15. Throughout the year, we'll have 40-something beers come out, so be on the lookout.
Awesome. All right. Well, thank you so much. And if people want to get more information, Tommy, about Harborside and the trail system here in Alpena, where should they go?
HarborsideCycle.com for all the stuff store, quiet sports related, and then ThunderbayTrails.org. For all the mountain biking and cross-country skiing information.
I love it. All right, well, thank you to all of our guests here in Alpena. We had an incredible time. John, where are we going to be next week?
We don't know.
But stay tuned to Behind the Mitten to find out.
This is Tommy Doud from Harborside Cycle and Sport and ThunderbayTrails.org. For everything quiet sports related, please check us out at ThunderbayTrails.org. And you are listening to Behind the Mitten.